And love family. I haven't done one of these in forever, but I feel like it's needed. So let's go ahead and get into it. What you're looking at and what we'll be discussing today is the description and the way men today are being viewed. So let's go ahead and start with this one. As you can see, it says today's men. And I'm not going to play the sound because I don't want YouTube to take this down. But go ahead and let's just look. Let's see what red flags do you guys notice. Here we have a woman holding up the umbrella for her man. Now we have this guy walking with his family. He's not pushing. Okay, so now look, we're out on the water. We got, wait a minute, it was a couple. It's a couple of women rowing. Okay, you got this guy rowing while she's not. Oh wait, never mind, it's not a she. She's with other women. Okay, this guy, he's walking, she's carrying her bag. I wonder if that's her purse or if it's just a bag. Okay, well, he's walking. He looks buff too. He looks kind of buff, and she had the backpack. These guys are walking, and women have all. I'm wondering if is it all their bags? They didn't bring anything. What is it? Okay, all of the luggage. Must be all of their stuff. I don't know. Okay, she's carrying all the bags, and he's with the family. Maybe he got the children, and she just got all the children's stuff. Okay, why did you stop dating men in 2025? This is what they're saying. Hang on. So he's just sitting there, and she's doing her kayaking. She is. I think that's a woman and a man. I'm not sure, but she's carrying him. I've never experienced this. I've never experienced this in my life. Okay, this got to be fake. Dating a man in 2025. This got to be fake. This is so clearly he's being like how a woman would be, and he's taking her card, and he's buying a candle. Oh, I like candles too. Wow. So, some of the comments are funny. It was like, "Do y'all agree?" It's a lot of stuff with a lot of blaming. I blame their mothers. A lot of equality. Feminists telling men you don't need a man. What does it lead to? More feminist talk. Are these women not capable of saying no? Take one of these bags. Really disappointing. Also, the men allow it. I just thought this was very interesting because, like, I've never really seen anything like this in person. But a lot of men are becoming more feminine, and they're doing less of the physical activities or the physical things that men used to do. I don't know if it's the lower amounts of testosterone. I don't know if it's equal. You know, everybody wants to be equal and everything, and relationship dynamics are changing. Even though people don't realize that relationship dynamics have nothing to do with, the couple itself. It has more to do with the economy and what the social norms and trends are. So I thought that was interesting. Let's move on to something else because I got some more stuff to kind of show you guys. Let's see. What is it? Where is it? Boom, here we go. This guy, he's going to talk about some good stuff. But I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with everything he says, but some of it's some truth to it. So we're going to talk about it right after.
A long-term partner, a hookup, or a friend. By the way, I'm Taylor.
Hang on, wait. Let me start again because this guy.
Guess how long it takes for a man to know if a woman is a long-term partner, a hookup, or a friend?
Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and just watch this and view it, but don't make this face. You see that little face right there? Don't make that face. It is some type of truth to it, but let's go.
By the way, I'm Taylor Love. I explain the masculine brain. If you like that stuff, hit the follow button. If you said he needs to feel things out for a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, you are so drastically wrong it hurts.
Okay. Pay attention to what he says because I'm going to go back over this and go for my personal opinion and what I believe, but let's go ahead.
You think it takes about an hour or 10 minutes? Way overkill. I was reading a study that says the male brain decides within 0.2 of a second whether a woman is a potential mating partner or not. And in my
You got to peep the dialogue, peep the words that he's saying. In 0.2 seconds to know if a woman is a potential mating partner, if you're talking about just on a organic, animalistic, biological level, or what you do when you come across a woman that you like and you feeling. Yes, instantaneously, you may want to have intercourse with her and procreate, but that does not mean that that is the woman that you need to spend your life with and that you actually want to build with. You won't know that in instantaneously. Your little head is thinking, but not your big head, because for your big head to actually analyze and see, does this woman or do these women fit my program and everything that I have established in my life? And will this be assets? Will it make me better? Will it bring more peace to my life? Or will it do the opposite? Will it be a liability or liabilities? Will this destroy my life and ruin what I have going on?
My experience personally and chatting with hundreds of men throughout my life, the decision on whether a woman is a long-term potential partner or not happens within the first 60 seconds.
This nigga is cap. That does not happen. Now, you may determine if you want to smash or not in the first 60 seconds. Yes, thinking with your little brain. But as far as long term, she hasn't told you anything about her life. She hasn't told you anything about her genetics. She hasn't told you anything about her medical history, because you're breeding. You're breeding, you're breeding, you're breeding, you're building, you're merging lives together. You don't know anything about her psychology. You don't know anything about her emotional intelligence. You don't know anything about her boundaries or her trauma or her family. You don't know anything about anything. You're just thinking with your penis. That's it. So what he's saying, it has truth to it to a degree, but not for long-term building. So yeah, that's just my opinion
of us meeting her. Women can develop attraction for a man over time. Is the three things she's looking for.
This is true. Women do develop attraction for a man over time, but men develop something for women over time. It's a security where you start to actually be comfortable with her in your environment and with her with your true self, not the walls or the way that society tell you have to present yourself, like the intimate parts of yourself. It's going to take a long time to get to that type of comfortability.
Our kindness, intelligence, and the future ability to provide, where a man is...
Bingo. Now, for a man, it's not kindness, intelligence, and the ability to provide. It's more of loyalty. Is she encouraging? And is she's going to accept me and help me, like get to where I want to be? Or is it the opposite and she's just taking away from everything that I'm doing while I'm trying to get to where I want to be and become who I want to be?
Is not optimizing for any of those three things. First, he's going to feel your energy, your femininity, his masculinity. Is there polarity? Is there a match? Second, his sight is going to scan you as a potential mating partner. That would be a healthy procreation choice. Then his smell is going to smell your pheromones and help him decide if you guys would have healthy children or not.
Man, men don't do that. Women do that. Women can tell by smelling, but no, men cannot tell by smelling. I don't believe that. I think that's cap.
Then his ears are going to hear you and decipher whether it makes sense for or not.
Now that part is true. That part is very true. We do listen. You are supposed to listen to everything of what she's actually saying and what's coming out of her mouth to see if that fits your program. That's a fact. But it's not one of those things that you're going to be able to do within the first 60 seconds. It doesn't work like that. Because one, most people present themselves like they're selling themselves, so you're not going to get the real authentic person until you're around that person and paying attention to their patterns, their habits, and what's coming out their mouth on a subconscious level. Their reactions, their responses. Then you'll get to know a person.
For you to be his woman, all of these could happen without you talking to each other for a single second.
That's fact.
After all those things.
That's false. That's false. This man is a capper. He is a cap man.
Things are in place. Comes the logical stuff like values alignment, character, attachment styles, trauma bonding. All of the things that most women think contribute to whether a man likes them or not.
That comes off of getting to know them. But those are actually big factors.
If a man,
Unless you want to ruin your life. If you just don't care and just want to go out and just make a baby with anybody and just be upset for the next 18 years and, well, the next forever after, because 18 years is only till they're adult, then it keeps going for forever. Then, yeah, go ahead and do what he's saying. Like, no, make a decision in 60 seconds. Yeah. And see how your life turns out.
and isn't actively pursuing you after your first meeting, chances are part of his system has decided that you're not a long-term potential candidate for him, or he's simply not in a place in his life where he's energetically or emotionally ready to be looking for a long-term partner. And it is
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of it, but
doesn't matter who he meets in that timeline. Because men don't marry the love of their lives. They marry the woman that's there when they're ready. For more,
that's cap. That's cap. Men don't marry what? They don't marry the love of their lives. No, men probably have a hard time finding the love of their lives because of the way that we're programmed. But it's not who's there that you're when you're ready. You can't just go pick anybody. You can't just go pick somebody when they're ready. They actually have to be ready for you, and it has to be a compatibility. You can't just mix stuff together that doesn't mix well. It's like that's why everybody is out here is fucking up. That is really the reason.
or depressing news, hit the follow button. Guess how long it takes.
Yeah, this guy's cap. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. It was also something interesting.
What they did not.
Now, this is actually important. This guy is accurate. This is not what you have been taught, but it's actually very important and it holds a lot of value. So go ahead and listen to it.
Teach us in school, and what I wish they would have taught me. I don't care who you are or where you're from. We all live the same life, and it goes like this. You wake up to your world about age 16.
Some of us may wake up a little younger than that. Personally, I feel like I was already woke up, but I really got into it around like 4, 5, 6. That's when I really was just like, hey, none of this makes any sense, and why do you guys act like that? But let's continue.
About age 16, you say to yourself, well, I need to get a job one day.
I didn't say I needed to get a job one day because at 16 I was already working. I probably had my second job by then. I started working at 14. But I was like, yeah, clearly at 5 years old, I was like, man, working all your life just to retire at 65, that doesn't make any sense. So how do I become super rich?
So I'm going to have to work real hard at a skill to make money. But
That's true.
you know what? I want to make a lot of money. So I'm going to work and work and work to become an expert at a skill. And then one day out of the blue, I get a relationship going.
Relationship. So the relationship is one, but 9 times out of 10, people don't really tell you. Like your family is not going to tell you how to actually be in relationships. They don't tell you how to operate in relationships. They don't tell you what are the dynamics of relationships, because 9 times out of 10, their program that they're going off of is a program that expired. It's not the same program that we're going off of in 2025. Relationships now, relationships in 2020, relationships in prior to 2020 and 2015, 2010, the early 2000s, 1990, whatever, 1980 something, and our parents' generation before that are completely different than now because the world is completely different than now. The economy is completely different now. The social trends are completely different than now. The psychology is completely different than now. So, therefore, the relationships dynamics then and now they're not the same. So don't even try to attempt to make them the same because you're going to fall flat on your face.
Now I got to keep the job going because she needs a lot of money.
But that's true. You do got to keep the job going because a woman is very expensive, especially if you have a high quality of life. You want to extend that quality to your woman or your women. So it's like, yes, you need a lot of money. And then if you have children with that woman or with multiple women, you also want to extend that quality of life to them. And you have to think about their legacy when they start to have children. You have to set that up. So yes, you do need a lot of money.
But now not only do I have to be an expert at my job, all of a sudden I have to be an expert at relationships.
That they don't teach you. They don't teach you at all.
This is hard.
It is hard.
She wants me to be masculine yet sensitive. Then we bought a house. Now I have to be a plumber.
Man, hey, no, for real. As soon as you get a house, you got to start become Mr. Fix-It-All. This is true.
to be an electrician. I have to be a landscape artist. I have to be an expert in taxes.
Or you have to have a lot of money to pay people to do it.
Now we have children. Now I'm a doc. Oh, shoot. I just lost one of the kids. Hold on. We got another.
Yep, this is true.
Now I'm a doctor. I'm a mentor. I'm a theologian. And all of a sudden I hear from my wife, honey, I don't get enough attention. There is no time.
Hey, man, this is so true. But unfortunately, when it comes to men, you got to be able to do it all. You got to be a Superman. Like, it sucks, but you have to be a Superman. That literally is what it is, you know. And by going through that process, you feel me, it'll just be a better you. It'll be a better you. It's ways to do that. You have to learn how to do it and how to manage your time and how to manage your energy and how to organize and structure things to where these things run smoothly, you know. And they're not teaching men how to do this because most of the men of the previous generations, they never learned how to do it. They was playing with a faulty playbook, and they tried to pass that crap on to us, but it doesn't work, which is why nobody relationships are working right now. But they flaunt all these relationships from luxurious lifestyles, and a lot of those people aren't even happy. You know, if you really want a happy relationship, you have to put in the work and make sure you protect that piece of that relationship. Let's go to a couple more things.
What?
I like that face he made. It was pretty cool. Okay. Boom. I thought this was pretty cool. Want to control her mind, master these moves. And no, you don't want to control her mind, but this will help you. Be unpredictable. Don't be easy to read. Mystery makes her chase you more or chase you harder. I think chase you more is better than harder, but hey. Yeah, don't be predictable. Women do not, they are very chaotic creatures. Just on the energetic level. That's the way their energy is, you know. And they love men who can organize that chaos and have structure. And that's the reason why most times, you know, they look for a leader. They look for men who already are established. They look for men that can take control. They look for men that can, you know, that got their stuff together. Because you have to structure their lives. Now, even that is the case, 9 times out of 10, what ends a lot of relationships, if it's not money, it's boredom. A lot of women get bored, and they get bored with the structure. The structure becomes a routine, where it's like they're used to the same thing over and over again. Women don't like that. Even though it's structured, you got to have moments and a lot of stuff where, you know, stuff just pops out the blue randomly forever. You know, where it keeps her on her toes, but it keeps her excited. It keeps the excitement flowing. It keeps her engaged. You get what I mean? Because that's how women operate. Listen more than you talk. Make her feel understood, not judged. This is key. Make sure you listen a lot. You really do want to listen. You want to listen and pay attention and know that you're actually hearing her. Like, not to just respond, but, you know, to be able to unpack what she's saying. Yes, you want to have a solution, but just because you have solutions to her problems don't mean that she wants to take your solutions or that she even wants to fix the problems. A lot of times women just want to vent, but still have the solutions on deck just in case. Do not judge her. Back to that. Don't judge. Judgmental, you can help and inspire without just overly judging harsh. And the next one. Own your confidence. Never beg for attention. Respect yourself and she'll respect you back. For sure. Be confident all the time. Be confident. Be confident with her. Never beg for attention, man. If she don't give you no attention, man, on to the next. And you feel me? It may not just be another woman. It may be what you are got doing. To be honest, if you own your, you know, what you own your ish, you own your you know, then man, it should be the opposite. She should be begging you for attention because you're busy. You're doing what you have to do. So you're always busy. You're always bettering yourself. You're always working on you. You're always working on your business. You're always working on your family. You're always working on your social life. You're always working on your psychology. You're working on your health. You're working on your wealth. That's what you're working on. And she's going to be like, dang, man, you always busy. You ain't giving me enough attention. Like in that video that man just said, when you doing enough, she's gonna want attention from you. When you not doing what you supposed to do and she busy, that means you lacking. You should be doing something. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty good. Stop being the guy she forgets and be the one she can't get out of her head. Master the bad boy frame and let her chase you. Yeah. Tap in with me for this. I don't know what the bad boys code is, you feel me? But we don't do bad boys over here. We're beyond that. That's not gonna work. We're grown men, and we do things that grown men do. We're not playing games. We're not wasting time. We're not bullshitting. We're not doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that fuck stuff. We gonna get it in and we gonna win. All right, so if y'all like the content, go ahead and leave a like. Ladies, I want to know what you think about this. Maybe it was some stuff that I went over and you have your own personal opinions. Please drop it. Like, men need help, I know women need help too, but this is primarily for the men. So what kind of opinions or things can you guys give? All right, y'all go ahead and tap in and I'll holla at y'all later. Peace. Oops.